Hi there, Tad Argray from marketingforhippies.com. A few months ago, I recorded a video called 7 pressure reducing phrases that you can use or something like that. And I've been collecting them since, and I've got 10 more phrases that you can use that can help reduce the pressure in any interaction you have with potential clients, people who are thinking about buying, ways you can talk with them that have it feel really good for everybody involved. Nobody feels like they're being coerced or manipulated. So here we go. Okay, so here we are, 10 more pressure reducing phrases you can use in business and personal conversations. Number 1, totally optional. I love this. Just that when we're speaking with somebody says, we're laying out some of the options, things they might buy. You say, look, one thing you can do, if we were to work together, is totally optional. If we were to work together on this, totally optional. Just letting them know this is one possibility, one option. There's lots of other possibilities out there. They could work with you, they could work with somebody else. Reminding them that this is not something you're pushing towards, that you're not trying to maneuver them in that direction, that whatever they choose is just perfect. I love this as a phrase. Number 2, it's totally okay if you don't want to. Reminding them, giving them that permission. People have such a hard time saying no. People need to be given permission to say no. At this time, in modern society, the way it is, people are so used to being coerced. People are used to really bad responses when they say no. People blowing up, getting cold with them. And so it's very difficult. Most of us, even those of us who might consider ourselves more empowered in some ways, saying no to a person in the moment, very hard to do. So just reminding people, hey, it's totally okay if you don't want to do this. So you could say, look, one possibility is, there's a coaching package I have like this. It's totally okay if that's not what you want to do. No problem. This is one that I got from somebody in my Facebook group named Tammy Coyne. And she said the purpose, so this is in a discovery call, because a lot of you do discovery calls, sales calls, get to know each other calls, whatever you want to call it. And part of the purpose of that call is to see if it's a fit. You're looking for clients. And so one of the things Tammy will say at the beginning is look, the purpose of this call is for you to share what you have going on. I'll share what I do. And by the end, we'll both know if we're a great fit. And we get to choose each other or decide if someone or something might work better for you. I love this kind of framing right at the beginning of the conversation of here's what we're doing here. You're trying to see if I'm a fit for you. I'm trying to see if you're a fit for me. We're in that process. So neither of us are trying to convince each other. We're just getting to know each other. We're just trying to see if this is a fit. And if not, we can decide that there might be something that works better for you, which gets back to another phrase I've said is like, look, if I can't help you, I'd be so happy to help you find somebody else to be a better fit for you. These kinds of things just help people relax a lot. Then Tammy also had one of those lines that said, look, I'm not in the convincing business. My job is not to teach you to do it like me. My job is to help you find what works best for you. Yeah, that's very important just for us to internalize. The job of marketing or sales is not to convince people to work with us. It's not to persuade people to say yes. It's not to get people to buy now. That's really genuinely not it. What we are trying to do is make the case for an approach, a perspective, a way of looking at things. That is what we're trying to do. And then, of course, if they want to work with us, here's the package. But then we have to put together a package that's compelling enough, that's good enough that they'd want to say yes to that expression of the case that we've made, that particular way of addressing their issues. So I like this idea. Just remind people like, look, I'm not in the convincing business. I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to persuade you to work with me. We're really just trying to see if it's a fit. What I have may not be the right thing for you. That's what we're here to find out and talk about. No expectations either way. I like this because sometimes I think people walk into a conversation thinking, boy, this person's really expecting me to buy. They really need me to buy. They really want me to buy. So if we can just say, hey, look, no expectations either way. Maybe we'll work together. Maybe we won't. It's really all good either way. No expectations either way. I like that. At the end of this, we can see, I should say, at the end of this, we can see if what I have to offer might be a fit, if anything. Oh, let's see. Yeah, what we're trying to say is, look, I got a bunch of stuff, and we can see which of those things might be a fit, if anything. That little tag, if anything. Putting the word if in these sentences is very helpful. We could see if what I have is useful. We can see of all the things I have, if anything is useful. At the end of this, we can see what I have to offer might be a fit, if anything. Yeah. Putting the word if in there, making it sort of conditional, making it maybe, is very helpful. Because if we take that out and we just say, look, at the end of this, we can see which of my things are going to be a fit for you. You hear the presumption in that and the trap. At the end of this, conversation, you will have to choose not whether or not to work with me, but which of these ways to work with me. That is incredibly arrogant and assumptive. So instead of that, we can just say, look, we can see if, we can take a look at the options that I have that might be helpful, if any of them are, I don't know. Then I love this one too. Hey, no rush, take all the time you need, all things in divine timing. That phrase, all things in divine timing, I got from Bradley Morris of Magic Media. He'd used it a few times. And I noticed how it relaxed me every time. It's like, oh, he's really not needing this to happen immediately. He's genuinely just handed it over to God and the divine, and he's not burdening me with his hopes and expectations. That had me feel so relaxed, the weight off my shoulder hearing that. So sometimes people feel like we're trying to get them to decide now, to work with us now. So if we can, number one, take the pressure off, like, hey, this is not about trying to get you to work with me. We'll see if it's a fit or not. And then even if it's a fit, no rush. Take all the time you need. Yeah, taking the time pressure off is as important as just taking the pressure off generally. How about this one? I'm sorry, will you forgive me? I got excited about what I was sharing. This could still happen. You can learn all the pressure reducing phrases. You can really get centered. I'm going for the truth of whether this is a fit, not for the sale. And you could still just get excited, and your excitement could overwhelm people. Your excitement could land as pressure for people. And so much of sales, it's not about overcoming objections, it's about reducing pressure. So if we see that in our enthusiasm, people are now leaning back and pulling away, it's very important to just name it and just say, hey, time out. Can I just apologize? I'm sorry. I'm so excited about this. I thought about us working together, and I got excited. No pressure. Will you forgive me? I just got excited about what I was sharing. Of course, you choose whatever you choose, and that's great. And even if we decide to work together, it doesn't have to happen right away. I just got excited. Please forgive me. Just taking the pressure away, acknowledging that there was some pressure, can go a long, long way. Okay, and that's the last one. I think I miscounted. There were some duplicates, so I think I actually only got 7 or 8 here. So the rest of them are going to have to come from you. So in the comments below in this YouTube video, I would really love to hear from you. What are the different phrases, the ways that when you're talking with people, you reduce the pressure, you diffuse the pressure, you let people know, you create that good vibe, that good feeling in the conversation where they know they can just be fully honest and transparent with you. They don't have to protect, they don't have to shield, they don't have to defend, they don't have to brace, but they can just embrace being in a conversation with you because they know that you're not going to prey upon them, take advantage of them, predate upon them, pressure them in any way. What are the things that you do to make sure those conversations have those good vibes when you are talking with them directly about working with you? Yeah, easy to have good vibes when you're just talking about trivia. But now when we're talking about, hey, do you want to hire me? Do you want to work with me? Exploring that, of course, it brings up things on both sides. So what have you found that worked? Sorry about missing a couple. I had a couple that were duplicated and I didn't count properly. So I'd love for the rest to come from you. please put them in the comments below. Let's see what we can come up with together. And maybe there will be a third video of pressure reducing phrases. Also, if you check the description, I'll do my best to remember to get this up. We'll put the link to the original pressure reducing phrases. We'll see if we can get a series of these going. Thanks so much, everybody. Take care.